And just, can you just talk about, one, when you found out you were gonna get this start and just what it was like for you to go out there and pitch that well?
Yeah, I actually found out when I showed up to the field today, probably like 10 minutes before we went out, and coach was like, "Come meet me in the weight room," and I was like, "All right." And it was special to get that start out there tonight. It was definitely a special feeling, especially with all the fans out there. They made it a great night for us.
For Ike, I know last year, after a down year, you come back, and I know there probably wasn't, it was a pretty easy decision for you, but I'm sure this was the goal. I know the goal's Omaha, but just how rewarding is it to be here and not only have a regional crown, but help bring a super regional to Auburn for the first time?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Not just for me, but for our coaching staff. They put so much time and effort into us, and this is a pretty rewarding feeling. And I think it's huge for guys like Cooper McMurray, Parker Carlson, Ben Shore, who've been in the program so long, who've seen the ups and downs, and to know that their last year is going out, on a high note is pretty amazing.
With Jason and Brian.
For Bubba and Ike both, you guys have faced a bunch of lefties this year. They said, hey, we're going to go lefty heavy. For you guys, just talk about the approach and especially that putting out kind of all together in those two big innings.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, against every lefty, you just got to be, almost prepared to die because of the angles and all of that stuff. And, we're a left-handed team, and, we don't shy away from facing lefties. And I think we're pretty successful at it at times. And we just got to keep grinding. And it helps when, you got two unbelievable freshmen hitting in front of you.
Brian.
Bob, what was it like having a guy like Andreas step up and do that for you guys through the first 5 innings?
Yeah, it was amazing. I even told him when he got done with his outing, like, I'm proud of him because he's been struggling lately. But I think as a whole team, we're proud of him, seeing he stepped up in a big time situation, and we needed that. And I think next week we're gonna carry that in until back left.
For Andreas, just when your lineup goes out and post 10 runs in 2 innings, I mean, what does that do for you as a pitcher? How much confidence does that give you going back out there and trying to try to compete?
Yeah, I mean, you get all the confidence in the world. You can make a mistake or two and still be able to have a comfortable lead. So having these guys go out there and put up 7 and then put up 3 back-to-back innings, that was definitely letting me settle in a little easier and worry about throwing more strikes rather than having to make a perfect pitch in a certain count and just attack.
Ike, Bub beat you out for MVP. They've had over 700. What's it like for a freshman to have a weekend like that in a big NCAA regional?
Yeah, it's huge. In the clubhouse, we joke about people being sped up, and our freshmen were not sped up this weekend, and they let the game slowed down for them this weekend. And I think that's what happens when you play in the SEC and you face the highest level of competition week in and week out. And our league just prepares you for these types of moments. And we've seen everything. We've seen ups and we've seen downs, and Bub was on the up end this weekend.